went to music school.
Mm-hmm.
At those music schools, do they like focus on just certain types of music, or do they actually let you explore like these wide range? I mean, obviously, there's endless.
So, typically, if you go to a music school, so the school I went to is different. Most colleges, like for instance, Logan, our trumpet player, went to Fullerton, and he got a degree in teaching and music education. So he learned classical music. There's a little bit of jazz programming. You'll go do that on the side, but jazz is not considered music at school still to some degree.
That's crazy.
It's not. It's funny, but they don't. When you learn harmony, okay, it's like the mathematics behind music. I call it theory or harmony at schools. You learn classical harmony, and that's why I did the quotation marks, because at 90% of the schools that I know about, you learn stuff that got done and is no longer used. We use it all still, but the stuff that, like, that's not how we think since the late 1800s. Like, that's not how we do music anymore. We've stopped doing it since the 1800s. And so now, Berkeley allows you, like, you could take a turntable class.
Oh, wow.
And you
I didn't know that.
That's cool.
No, yeah, for sure. And there's a freaking, what's his face, from Led Zeppelin?
Jimmy Page?
Jimmy Page. You can take a Jimmy Page where all you learn is Jimmy Page solos. There's I took a Charles Mingus, which is a jazz one, like very specific jazz guy that I
They have
love.
stuff online now for free too.
They have a bunch of stuff out there. Berkeley does a lot of
They're
stuff.
trying to put music.
Oh, for the free online class?
Yeah,
Currently.
it's Berklee.
Berkeley School of Music.
Yeah,
Boston.
and they have a lot of different books and stuff that the teachers put out, and then maybe the teachers leave, and then they just let the books go. Because every time, like, a teacher writes their own books for their classes, and so you learn a lot of different stuff. The way, like, I learned from Jeff Harrington, that was my private instructor. I learned the way he does improv, and that was more his, and it was very awesome, very good guy, very good teacher. But so most schools teach you crap that will get you to where we are today, but we don't really use anymore.
Yeah.
I actually studied Britney Spears in harmony class.
Oh, wow.
We had to take what was called traditional harmony, and that's what most other schools call harmony. And then in regular harmony or theory class, we were studying whatever sold records, made money. You know what I mean? So again, Britney Spears popped up, Led Zeppelin popped up, freaking Hendrix popped up, the Beatles all the time, because the Beatles made a lot of money really fast and then disappeared, kind of thing. Yeah, you know. And so when you go to music school, most of the time you're stuck learning classical music, and then from there go figure shit out, which most people can do on their own. It's like comedy.
Yeah, and that's all I was thinking. Like, you know, to me, I mean, there's certain majors in college that you think, why would someone go study that?
Sanskrit.
You know, no, even to me, even administration of justice. Why go to school to be a cop?
That's what I did actually. That's
Wow!
I have administrative
Cop
justice degree.
killer there. Cop killer. Yeah, I gotta think, why?
That's hilarious.
I
agree with you.
You know how
It was a
many
waste of
cops?
time.
You know how many cops have careers that never went to college?
Yeah, it saves me from getting tickets sometimes.
And music. Sometimes, I mean, from the non-music, you know, I've never taken a music class before, and I feel like, if you go to college for that, when you can do things.
Why do you go to college for music? So the reason you study, I gotta go.
Excuse me.
I'll finish this and then go. You study music in the way that it has been done, so that you can get it across to someone faster and have someone play what is in your head more easily. Like, because I have studied so much, I can go to someone else who has studied even a little bit and say, oh, this is what I'm hearing. That's what it looks like. I hand that to you, and it's freaking gibberish. It's hieroglyphs. I hand that to someone who studied, like, I hand that to 5th graders I've taught, and they say, okay, I can kind of figure this out, because they've started to learn this language. And that's what the academic side of it is about. It's being able to share it faster. At the same freaking time, you can do all that by ear. People just figure it out, and they just play, and that's a thing. And why not have both?
Yeah, and exactly. And to me, the educational part of it is learning the notes to see the notes on your instrument.
The ease of sharing. Yeah, it's I know people that we don't speak the same language when we talk, but we can play music together all day long.
Yeah.
Don't you see in music?
Yeah, well, music is really the international language if you think about it. You know, that's the one language that
Look at
write it,
jazz and
they're-
how jazz started.
and they all see it. You know, you can relate whatever you're playing. You write it, and someone
and
that doesn't
because
even
these
speak
rules-
English will
And
know
because
how to
these rules that they teach forever to the people that write music and make popular music, like those rules make it to where when you study a little bit, all of a sudden, like we can just do stuff together because it is a certain way.
And one thing that brings me to pops another idea in my mind is I don't know if there's a relationship, but you read where they say that all popular music has basically when you read through a computer, it's like
Full
now
of-
it's all the same now basically. You know, do you feel that? Do you see,
Have
do
you
see
seen that video?
I have
just
not seen
wondered.
that video. I do not know what you're talking about.
Video.
There's definitely, in my opinion, and this is 100% me talking, that since the 90s, and it probably happened earlier than that, but since I've been paying attention, which was the 90s, and you know, because I was born in the mid 80s, but there has been slowly breaking away from wanting something different
Yeah.
and trying to make it more and more the same. The less it breaks from the norm, the less you have to think about it, and the more it's an escape from every day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And music in the 60s was about enlightenment and expansion, and then all of a sudden it got about like turning your brain off.
Yeah.
Look at what's popular today. We were just listening to some cat. I don't know what it is, but they repeat these same lyrics the entire time, and there's no story. Shut up! I don't want to hear you, man. There's nothing to it. They just filler, and there's nothing to the music.
It's just
The other day,
repetition
my
of words.
girlfriend had some Beyonce song on. I can't remember which one it was.
The fact that you know it is an issue.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I was like, yeah, the lyrical genius of Beyonce, where she repeats the same lyrics. All her songs are like fucking like 10 lyric
And
songs,
four writers.
long.
Four writers.
Well,
Not
that
one
Justin
song.
Bieber song.
She
that-
just put a ring on it. Like how many times did
that
she say that?
baby
In the
song
fucking-
took like 3 or 4 people to write it.
Yeah. Like how? How does it make this many? I hope they're competent because clearly they're making money. But
I think
how does it make?
Chris was behind that shit too, and it's only like 2 sentences.
It's
Baby,
Marco
baby,
Boyes,
oh,
like
yeah.
this.
won't you be mine? Won't you be mine?
And that was
And that's
Oh
it.
baby.
Yeah, that's
mixed
it.
up.
the first video to hit
Well, it's the
million
same thing.
views,
It's
right?
two different things.
And but
But
social
they're millionaires.
Yeah.